New this morning, we are following an early morning crash.
So this happened before 2:30. This was in St. Paul on the overpass of Dale Street getting onto I-94. Large response from first responders. We have reached out to MnDOT. We will update you as soon as we learn more. But we do know that the on-ramp to get onto Dale Street from 94 that has since reopened this morning.
Let's give you a live look now at the U.S. Capitol. This is where members of the House of Representatives are trying to get to this morning. This is in order to take the next step towards ending the government shutdown. But for now, the shutdown, it is not over, and that means those waiting for SNAP benefits are still struggling.
Now, on Tuesday, the Supreme Court again blocked food aid funding at least until the government reopens. And even when the shutdown ends, it could still take days for the money to get to hungry families. Plus, TSA agents and air traffic controllers, like other federal employees, are continuing to work without pay. MSP International Airport is seeing delays and cancellations like so many airports across the country. One traveler we spoke with is flying with extra clothes just in case she gets stranded.
I'm nervous about this. These guys are working without pay. They're stressed, and they're in charge of my life. And I come here to see my late husband, who I buried at Fort Snelling. And so it's a hard trip for me every time I come to Minneapolis.
And even after the shutdown ends, it's likely going to take days to restore work schedules for air traffic controllers. Another issue, all 435 members of the House, they got to make it back to Washington to vote. They're dealing with the same delays and cancellations. And today, we know the House is back in session for the first time in nearly 2 months' time?
Lawmakers are set to vote on a deal to end that shutdown. Now, the revised Senate bill funds the government through January 30th. It would reverse the shutdown-related layoffs and guarantee back pay for federal workers. It also provide year-long funding for some programs like the SNAP benefits. But there is no extension of the Affordable Care Act subsidies. That was the key shutdown demand for congressional Democrats. Now, overnight, the House Rules Committee voted along party lines to advance the bill to the House floor. This after a contentious debate. Multiple attempts by Democratic lawmakers to add amendments to the bill to address the Affordable Care Act all failed. This proposed deal to reopen the government is getting pushback from an unexpected group, and that would be Minnesota breweries.
Many of them say a provision in the spending bill to strictly limit hemp products would decimate the THC industry. As the bill stands, it would limit THC content to 0.4 milligrams per container, which the Craft Brewers Guild says isn't even enough to impact the human body. Perspective for you. Drinks are between 5 to 10 milligrams of THC per serving. Proponents of the provision say hemp products need more regulation across the country. Breweries have increasingly relied on selling THC drinks as some consumers are looking for alcohol-free alternatives.
I think a lot of the success that we've seen through those beverages is partly due because of the low potency. Having said that, 0.4 is not a potency. So that's not, no one is going to be buying that, because nobody would buy that. No one would be making that.
A spokesperson for the Minnesota's Office of Cannabis Management writes, quote, "We continue to monitor the federal situation to see what, if any, language passes through the House and is signed by the president. Once there is clarity on language, we will work with the Attorney General's office and the legislature to understand and address any impacts," end quote. We'll continue to bring you the latest on the government shutdown as they develop right here on WCCO on air and online. Caught on video, a fierce fire, I should say, at a scrapyard up north.
This is near Evelyn. Firefighters up on the Iron Range think that it ignited when workers were crushing a car, and then the battery exploded. Now, several other cars were torched Tuesday morning. Crews did manage to get it under control without anyone getting hurt.
Wow.